Hi, I'm Katie Stamps, Preservation Planner for the City of Huntsville. One of my primary goals is to be a resource for our historic property owners and to help you be successful as you make changes to your historic properties. And that includes new construction and building additions. So I'm going to talk about a few tips that are good to keep in mind when you're going through that process with your own property. The first of which is location. So whenever we talk about making changes to historic properties, we want to try to keep those on the back side of the property, the structure on the lot as much as possible. Another tip is to make sure if you're going to be building anything as an addition onto your property, you want to make sure you're reaching out to the zoning administration. Their office is going to be able to help you understand if you need any variances for lot coverage or setbacks. Because if you think about it, our historic neighborhoods developed before we had a modern zoning ordinance. So that's really good to know on the front end of your project. Again, we don't want you wasting time on something that isn't possible within our zoning ordinance. The next tip that you need to think about is design. And a word that we use a lot of times when we're incorporating new and old is rhythm. So we don't want anything coming into the historic district that's going to get us out of rhythm with our historic properties and the character that they have. And so you want to make sure with your designs that you're ensuring that the historic building remains the focal point. It's the star. We don't want to do anything that distracts from the historic buildings. One of the other really important parts of incorporating new architecture with old is height and scale and massing. We really don't want to have new construction or additions that are a lot taller or shorter than the existing historic structure. And as well as massing and scale, we don't want an addition that's going to be bigger than the actual historic property. The next item to think about is visual distinction. A lot of times people think that we're trying to incorporate new construction and we want to trick people into thinking that it was always there. But actually, we like to see visual distinction, and that's something that's described in our design review guidelines. It's making sure that the new construction is going to be compatible and complementary, but also clearly a new feature. It's okay for something to look like it's an addition. And our last item to think about is it's really important that you hire a qualified professional that is a designer or architect. Someone like this is going to be trained and be able to think creatively when we're blending old and new architecture. It can be really complicated and challenging when we're dealing with old roof systems that have had maybe previous additions built and you're trying to blend all of this together. Again, if you ever have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is on our city website, and I'm always available to meet with you either on site or you can come to my office. I'm on the 4th floor in the planning department at City Hall. Thank you.